Welcome back to the channel, guys. Owner Arnas here, and today I'm going to talk about how and when to start selling shoutouts. Okay. First of all, who am I to talk about this? My name is Owner Arnas. You can check out my Instagram over here. Follow me, and I run this page called Passionate Income. It's one of my pages, and now, currently, as of making this video, I have two ads posted, two shoutouts posted in the past 24 hours. One and the second one. So I get these deals often, right? I know what I'm talking about when it comes to shoutouts. I bought shoutouts. I spent like, let's say, 5 figures on shoutouts. I've earned a lot from shoutouts, right? Like, obviously, I've been doing this for almost 4 years now. And really getting into shoutouts probably in the past 2 years, but like really getting into shoutouts and selling big deals. So one thing I want to mention is obviously selling shoutouts is not the only way to monetize your Instagram following. Not at all. But selling shoutouts is the easiest way to make money, because literally how it works is someone sees your page, they reach out to you because they want to have a post on your page. They want to have an ad on your page, and they ask you how much you charge. You tell them the price. You go back and forth, you negotiate, you send them the payment link, they pay, and then they send you the content. Okay, you don't even need to create the content. They already have the content with the caption ready to go. And literally, you just send the payment link, you receive the money, and you post it. Very straightforward. It's probably one of the easiest ways to make money. Obviously, you'll make less than selling your own product or doing something extraordinary with your page, but it's like the easiest way to make money, literally. It's like a money glitch. So when to start selling shoutouts on your Instagram page? Let's say, I won't name names, but there are some Instagram theme page gurus that I've been looking into, and they talk about, hey, you should start selling shoutouts and at 10, 20K followers. Look, if your page is in the meme niche or something very general, like you're not getting any shout out deals, and at 10, 20K, 30K, forget about it. Like, you're not getting any shout out deals at that point. Or if you will get some deals, you'll get like $5 or $10. You're not getting anything that's worth doing the work. So let's say 50,000. You can probably start selling shoutouts at 50,000. It's possible you might get a message or two about shoutouts. But I'll tell you what, when do you actually want to start selling shoutouts is at the stage when you're at least at 100,000 followers. That's when you actually want to sell shoutouts. Unless you're in a very, very niche, high-ticket industry, which let's say is venture capital. With a venture capital page where literally all your followers are interested in venture capital or they work in venture capital, obviously you can do shoutouts at 10, 20,000 followers. But I'm talking about like wide topics. Let's say crypto, business, health, relationships, something pretty wide, tech. You will need at least 100,000 followers to actually make money, okay? And why I recommend, even if you get messages at 50K or 60K or 70K, I've seen it over and over again because I've coached over 100 people who are successful with Instagram. So I know what works and what doesn't. So listen to this. Let's say you get 50,000 followers and you're so eager to make money. First of all, if you have 50,000 followers and you haven't made a single dollar, that's a problem you need to fix. And it's an easy fix, but you should be making some money at that point. But let's say you haven't made any money, you were just focusing on growth. Totally cool. When you get that message, you'll be enticed to sell a shout out at any rate, okay? And what very good agencies do, what they do very well is they catch rising star pages very early. So they catch a page at 50, 60,000 followers, which is growing relatively quickly, and they try to lock in a big deal at a very small rate right away. And I've heard it so many times over and over again from my students, from people I network with. I'm in a big Instagram theme page network of theme page owners, over 500,000 followers, and there's like 30 of us, maybe 35 now. Like, I've heard it over and over again. These agencies will come in, they say, hey, I'll buy 50 shoutouts from you. You have 50,000 followers. How much do you want for shoutout? And since you know they're already buying a lot, you'll consider lowering the price right away. So let's say you say, well, I want to get $50 per shoutout. And they'll negotiate very hard with you. They'll negotiate hard, and you can be like, hey, look, this page is growing. I want $50. You know, we're growing 5,000 followers a day or whatever. None of that. They'll say, we'll buy 50 shoutouts at $10 a pop, $15 a pop, $20 a pop. And you're like, look, I can make some money here, right? What happens if you actually are good at what you're doing and you actually follow the right strategies and you're growing quick is you'll send them the payment link. Let's say you decide to sell at $20 a pop, 50 promos, that's $1,000. You're like, hell yeah, I'm ready to make my first $1,000 online. And then, you know, you receive that payment, your page is already at 70, 80K followers, and then you start the promos. And 50 promos, they will be very strategic because they'll see you're growing. So they'll send you one promo a week at first, maybe one promo every 2 weeks. They'll have huge gaps. And you're like, oh my God, I need to upload now all 50 of them. And I got paid $20 for it. And now my page is at 110, 120, 150,000 followers. And they'll try to wait as long as possible. They'll try to wait 6 months, 8 months to actually complete that batch of promotions. Why? Because they literally paid $20 per shoutout on your page when it was at 50,000 followers. And now, let's say your page half a year later is at 500K followers. And now the $20 shoutouts are really paying off. That was a good investment on their end, right? And now you're stuck with these promos. You still need to upload them, even if you got paid $20 for it. And now, at this point, you can charge $200, $300. Well, depending on the niche, maybe you can charge $1,000. But now you got stuck, right? So you don't want to sell shoutouts too early, okay? Because obviously, guess what will happen when they run out of those 50 promos? They'll say, hey, let's renew. And you'll obviously say, all right, let's renew. I want to make some money again. And they'll say, okay, send the invoice, with the intention of you sending the invoice at the same rate they bought before. And they'll be like, well, last time we bought for $1,000. Why can't you do it now? And you're like, well, my page is 10 times bigger now. And you're like, no, we did the last promo last week when your page was at 500K. You know, so they'll try to negotiate with you very, very hard. And if you want to renew with them, let's say now, standard clients, you will charge $300. They bought at $20 before. They'll negotiate so much with you that you'll end up getting below $100 still for a promo because you sold them too early, right? So don't take that first money right away if you think the deal is not good enough or you might regret it in the future. That's why I say wait till 100,000 followers. That's when you can start charging at least somewhat of a good rate. And you won't regret it in the future when you hit a big growth curve and now you're at 1 million followers, right? So it's a good strategy from an agency end, but you have to be aware of this, not selling promotions too early. There are so many ways you can monetize your page before promotions, okay? There are so many ways you can make a lot of money and you don't need to sell shoutouts. Yes, it's easy to sell shoutouts, but it's not the best way when you start. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I had people, for example, one of my students was at like 100K. I told him, look, at 100K, you can start selling shoutouts. But he was growing like 25,000 followers a day. And I said, man, I know you're extremely eager to make money right now, and I totally understand that. I really want you to wait like 2 weeks. Just wait 2 weeks. you'll see it. Like, trust me, just wait 2 weeks. And he understood, because in those 2 weeks, he went from like 100 to 300 or 400,000 followers. And he was like, wow, if I would have sold promotions as a bulk deal 2 weeks ago, I would have made way less. So you need to keep that in mind, obviously. And hopefully, you understand that. And again, I'm talking specifically about shoutouts here. There are so many ways you can monetize your page without selling shoutouts at all, like not even touching shoutouts, not even opening DMs. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below what you think about this. Have you sold any shoutouts? Have you had trouble selling shoutouts? I would love to hear that. Have you had trouble monetizing your page? And obviously, reach out to me on Instagram at owner Arnas. Say hi. I'll shoot you a voice note once you reach out. Obviously, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video.